The recent unsealing of court documents related to Jeffrey Epstein has sent shockwaves across the internet, reigniting conversations about power, influence, and accountability. These files, part of a settled 2015 lawsuit, contain depositions, emails, and other legal papers. While much of the information was already public in some form, the official release has brought renewed attention to the case and the powerful individuals connected to Epstein. So, what's actually in these documents? They primarily consist of testimony and statements from individuals involved in the lawsuit. The names mentioned ranged from politicians and business leaders to celebrities and academics. It's crucial to understand that being named in these files does not automatically mean wrongdoing. The context varies greatly. Some are listed as potential witnesses, some as employees, and others are mentioned in passing within depositions. The documents paint a complex picture, detailing the network and lifestyle that surrounded Epstein. The release has sparked a massive public reaction, with people demanding transparency and justice. It highlights a broader societal concern about how wealth and influence can sometimes shield individuals from scrutiny. As more details are processed and understood, the focus remains on the legal implications and the ongoing pursuit of accountability for Epstein's actions. This story is a powerful reminder of the importance of protecting the vulnerable and holding powerful people responsible for their conduct. The conversations happening now are a vital part of that process. Thanks for watching. The network has investigations continued. Attention shifted to something even bigger, a possible network. One of the key figures connected to Epstein was Ghislaine Maxwell. She was accused of helping recruit young women and manage operations, but beyond that, there were rumors and allegations about powerful individuals being connected to Epstein's circle. Flight logs, contact books, and testimonies suggested that many influential people had interacted with him. However, not all connections imply wrongdoing, and this is where the story becomes complicated. The private island, one of the most talked about parts of the case, is Epstein's private island in the U.S. Virgin Islands. This island became a symbol of secrecy. Reports claim that high-profile guests visited the island. But what actually happened there remains heavily debated. For many people, this island represents unanswered questions. 2019. The case reopens years after the 2008 deal. New investigations brought the case back into the spotlight. In 2019, Jeffrey Epstein was arrested again, this time facing serious federal charges. This moment changed everything. The public began paying close attention. Media coverage exploded, and suddenly, the case was no longer hidden. The Epstein Files. So, what exactly are the Epstein Files? This term refers to a collection of documents linked to the case, including flight logs, contact lists, legal records, witness testimonies. These files are believed to contain details about Epstein's connections and activities. Some documents have been released, but many remain sealed, partially redacted, or disputed. And that's where the mystery deepens. The death that changed everything. In August 2019, something happened that shocked the world. Jeffrey Epstein was found dead in his jail cell. Authorities ruled it a suicide. But the circumstances raised serious questions. Why were there reported security failures? Why were cameras not functioning properly? How did it happen under supervision? For many, this moment felt like a turning point, because, with his death, many believed the full truth might never come out. Ghislaine Maxwell. After Epstein's death, focus shifted to Ghislaine Maxwell. She was later arrested, tried, and convicted for her role in the case. Her trial revealed more details about how the system allegedly worked. But even with her conviction, many questions remained unanswered. Power, influence, and protection. One of the biggest themes in this case is power. How did someone accused of such serious crimes operate for so long? Possible reasons include wealth, influence, connections. This led to a larger debate. Do powerful individuals receive different treatment under the law? Media explosion. The Epstein case became one of the most talked about stories worldwide. News outlets, documentaries, and investigators all focused on the case. Public reaction included anger, confusion, demand for transparency. People wanted answers, not just about Epstein, but about everyone connected to him. The unanswered questions. Even years after the case became global news, the files connected to Jeffrey Epstein continued to raise serious and uncomfortable questions. These are not small details or minor gaps. They are major uncertainties that keep the story alive in public discussion. One of the biggest questions is whether Epstein was truly acting alone. Officially, he was the central figure, but the scale of his activities suggests something much larger. His operations involve multiple locations, numerous victims, and a network of connections that extended across powerful social and political circles. It becomes difficult to believe that a system of that size could function without assistance, coordination, or at least awareness from others. Another key question revolves around how deep this network actually went. Epstein was known to associate with influential individuals, business leaders, politicians, celebrities, people with significant power and reach. While not everyone connected to him was involved in wrongdoing, The nature of his social circle has led many to wonder whether some individuals knew more than they admitted. The lack of complete transparency has only intensified these suspicions. Then there is the issue of hidden information. Many documents related to the case remain sealed, partially released, or heavily redacted. This has created a sense that the public is only seeing a fraction of the truth. When information is withheld, whether for legal, privacy, or security reasons, it naturally leads people to question what is being protected and why. Perhaps the most troubling question is whether powerful individuals avoided accountability. Throughout history, there have been concerns that wealth and influence can shape legal outcomes. In Epstein's case, critics argued that he received unusually lenient treatment in earlier legal proceedings, raising doubts about fairness in the justice system. This perception has fueled a broader conversation about whether justice applies equally to everyone. These unanswered questions are exactly why the Epstein case continues to trend. It's not just about what we know, it's not about what we don't know. The bigger picture. The Epstein case is often discussed as the story of one man, but in reality, it reflects much deeper systemic issues. First, it highlights the abuse of power. Epstein's wealth and connections gave him access to environments where he could operate with relative freedom for years. This raises a critical issue. When power is concentrated in the hands of a few, it can be used not only for influence but also to avoid scrutiny. Power, when unchecked, can create spaces where harmful behavior goes unnoticed or unchallenged. Second, the case exposes failures within the justice system. Epstein had previous legal encounters that resulted in relatively light consequences compared to the severity of the allegations. This has led many to question whether the system failed to act decisively when it had the chance. When justice systems fail in high-profile cases, it can weaken public trust and create a sense that accountability is selective. Third, the role of wealth and connections cannot be ignored. Epstein moved within elite circles, and his financial status allowed him to build relationships that may have protected him, at least temporarily. This raises a broader issue about inequality before the law. If influence can shape outcomes, then the idea of equal justice becomes questionable. The case also shows how difficult it can be to uncover the truth when powerful individuals are involved. Investigations can become complicated, witnesses may hesitate, and legal processes can be slowed or influenced. In such environments, truth does not always come out easily, and sometimes it may never fully emerge. The story of Jeffrey Epstein remains one of the most disturbing and complex cases in modern history. It is not just about criminal activity, it is about the systems, structures, and environments that allowed such activity to continue for so long. At its core, this case combines power, secrecy, and crime in a way that feels almost impossible to fully untangle. Some truths have been revealed through investigations, journalism, and legal proceedings. We now know far more than we did at the beginning. However, many people believe that the full story is still incomplete. The existence of sealed records, unanswered questions, and unresolved concerns creates a lingering sense that something is missing. Whether that missing piece is due to legal limitations, lack of evidence, or intentional secrecy remains a matter of debate. What makes this case particularly powerful is its impact on public perception. It has forced people to question institutions, to think critically about power dynamics, and to reconsider how justice is applied. In that sense, the Epstein case is not just a past event, it is an ongoing conversation. So where does that leave us? Is the Epstein case fully uncovered a story that has already revealed its most important truths? Or is there still a deeper, more complex narrative hidden behind closed doors? That is the question that continues to divide opinions. Some believe that enough evidence has come out to understand the full picture. Others argue that the most important details are still hidden, possibly locked away in files that the public may never fully see. One thing is certain, the conversation is far from over. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Is the full truth already out there? Or is there still a bigger story waiting to be revealed? Drop your thoughts in the comments, let's talk about it.